Hey there guys and girls, Matthews here and welcome back to another video. So, it's Hallows End. How can we make some gold with Hallows End? Well actually there's a couple of different ways we can make gold with Hallows End. One that is a very tried and tested method that is unlikely to give you the amazing results, but if you really put a bit of time and effort into the second option, you can make a lot of gold, not just now, but also for the next coming 12 months, maybe even longer. First and foremost, there's the coin of many faces. You'll see this is the item here. It's a zone drop, apparently, although we can find ways to farm this out pretty quickly, pretty easily. The coin of many faces, it's a toy. Everybody wants to complete their toy collection. The main thing is it's only available to farm during Hallows End. Now, the easy way to get hold of this is quite simple. You fly yourself over to your garrison, or if you don't have your garrison Hearthstone, head you're straight over to Shadowmoon Valley. Now, whether you be Horde or Alliance, the only place you need to farm is in Shadowmoon Valley. It's down at this little island at the bottom, just next to Sorcerer's Rise. This little island down here, there's a whole bunch of quest mobs that are unique to the Hallows End event. You go spend a bunch of time killing down there, and I guarantee these coins, the coin of many faces, is going to drop many times for you. We've yet to do some solid testing this year since we've had the pre-patch squish, but the point still stands is you can farm the mobs down there. They're lower level mobs, they're really quick and easy to kill, and this coin of many faces, you can slowly sell these over the year for a pretty penny. Currently, you can see they're priced on my server at about 6,000 gold, whereas region wide they go for just under that, 5,500 gold. Reasonable sell rate and a good quantity of them sell. If you can get yourself 5, 10, 15, 20 of these farmed up during the event, unlikely you're going to make the most gold by selling them now, but drip feed them back into the economy over the next 12 months or so. For just a couple of hours worth, of farming, this is well worth your time. Of course, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of farms specifically. I would rather sort of invest in items and then sell them at a later date. That is also an option for you. We've got the Hallows End event on now for a couple of weeks, and you'll likely find by the end of the event these are selling for a very low amount. I've seen these go down as low as like 500 gold in past years, so don't try or don't worry yourself too much about selling them during the event. The gold made from these is going to be drip feeding them back into the market across the next 12 months, as it's only for the next 2 weeks that you're actually available to farm these up. So get yourself a few of these. Whether you choose to farm them or whether you buy them cheap off the auction house is up to you. The coin of many faces is a cracking little item to get your hands on during the Hallows End event. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about, and in my opinion, where the most potential gold can be made, and that's on 3 of the pets. There's a vendor. Now, of course, I'm Alliance, so I'm outside Stormwind, but there'll be a pet vendor that is specific to the event, and it sells 3 different pets: Naxi, Cursed Berman, and Widget the Departed. To be fair, it sells 5 pets, but it's these 3 that we're mainly focusing on. The Feline Familiar is still another good one to pick up if you have spare tricky treats available to you. The Sinister Squashling, ignore this. It costs 150 tricky treats to buy it, and it's worth about 3 gold. Don't waste your tricky treats on the Sinister Squashling. Big tip there. Don't buy this one. It's worth nothing. But why are we focusing on these 3 pets specifically? Well, both Naxi, the Widget, and Cursed Berman are all actually pretty strong pets in the whole pet battle scene. So these are going to be relatively steady sellers for you throughout the year. But once again, just like we spoke about the coin toy, you can only purchase these during Hallows End. So that limited amount of time you can actually acquire these means that you can charge exponentially more gold throughout the rest of the year for them. Currently, just to give you an indication, regional market average value here in the EU is 66,000 gold for Widget, 49,000 gold for Berman, and Naxi has got a regional market average of 60,000 gold as well. These are pretty high tier pets, and you can get them for only 150 tricky treats each. Now, tricky treats are somewhat limited in their supply. During the Hallows End event, the easiest way to get your first big batch of tricky treats is quite simple. Jump on your flying mount, travel around the zone, and pick up all of the candy boxes that you'll see in the inns. You'll see on my map right now, I've collected all of the ones from Eastern Kingdoms, and I collected all the ones from Pandaria. Took me maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to collect them all, but those 2 zones alone gave me enough tricky treats to pick up my first pet. If you were to do Kalendor and Northrend as well, the likelihood is that you'll have plenty enough tricky treats then to get a second pet. If you want to get access to all of those 3 pets, then you're going to have to look at doing the daily quests that are available, and equally then doing the Headless Horseman run at least once per day as well. Obviously the Headless Horseman drops its loot, there's the chance of the mount, there's a whole bunch of cool reasons you want to do that. So do that on as many toons as you can and get yourself as many of these tricky treats as possible. A couple of cool extra little tips for you. Ignore this dude trying to sell stuff in Spanish. If you can get access to the magic broom, you can save yourself a little bit of time. Of course, when we're traveling around and we're picking up all of these candy boxes for the tricky treats that they contain, the defining factor on how quick you can do this is your flight time. Magic Broom is an item that you can get during Hallows End. It has a really good chance to drop from the loot bag you get from the Headless Horseman. So if you run the Headless Horseman a few times over the next few days, the likelihood is you'll get one of these Magic Brooms very quickly. It's not technically a mount, it doesn't go into your mount collection, but it works the same sort of way. But the cool reason we focus on it is for the simple fact that it's instant cast. Boom, straight on a mount and we're away. Basically, it means anybody is like a druid, and having that instant cast mounting is really beneficial when you're spending a lot of time mounting and flying. Secondly, there's a couple of add-ons I want to recommend to you. One add-on called Candy Buckets. It's an add-on called Candy Buckets, which is putting these putting all these spots on the map, and then combine that with TomTom, and you can get yourself a really quick route that it will follow, and you can very quickly fly around and pick up all of those candy buckets and get loads of tricky treats. Do this on a couple of characters, you're very quickly going to have a few of these pets spare, and there's some good gold to be made from these. One last thing, if you're a multi-boxer, take advantage of the fact that you're a multi-boxer right now. Bearing in mind you could have 2, 4, 8, however many accounts all flying around, all picking up these tricky treats on multiple different characters at once. That's really where it's going to exponentially increase the amount of these pets that you're able to get hold of. Okay, so we've talked about the logistics of actually getting them. What is a real goblin way to look at this? Well, just like the coin of many faces, I would highly recommend keep your eye on the price of these pets as they are on the auction house right now. We're only 2 days into Hallows End at the time of recording this video at least, and the price of these pets is still pretty high on the auction house. The likelihood is over the next 2 weeks of Hallows End being available, the price of these pets is going to plummet, just like the price of the coin of many faces will plummet. And if you're a smart goblin, you'll know that towards the end of the event is a really good time to start picking them up. When the price gets to a really low point for these, because supply is very heavy but demand is no greater than normal, you can pick up a whole bunch of these if of course you've got the gold to invest. And that's the crux of the matter. Don't invest all of your gold in one aspect of gold making. If you've got 1 million gold on a character and you want to invest 100k in buying a few of these pets to then either sell on different servers or to sell later on throughout the year, that's a sensible way to be using your gold. Just don't invest all you have, because, hey, let's be honest, Shadowlands is around the corner and we're going to need a bunch of gold going into Shadowlands. So I'll leave it there for today's video, guys. I hope this has been helpful to you, gives you a good idea of what you can do with Hallows End and how you can make a little bit of gold with it. Give this video a like if it's been helpful to you, and if you're new around here, about 70% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed, so definitely recommend subscribing if this is the second or third video of mine that you've seen. So then, guys, hope that was good for you. I've been Manthius. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.